Yo, what is up, my noobs and my legend gamers out there? We love y'all all together, you know what I'm saying, equally. Welcome back to another episode 103 of X to Skips, the weekly patch notes. It's your boy Tom Ziri back with it once again. Hope y'all are doing good, you know, eating your food and drinking good water and all that, feeling fresh, feeling nice. And yeah, you know, as usual, we've got Max in the house. What's good, Max?
Oh, tired here.
Aren't we all, Doug? Yeah, aren't we all? And also got Kid Kojo. How are you feeling, bro?
I'm chilling, man. What's happening?
Yeah, nah, I'm feeling Max's level. You know what I'm saying? Just quite a week. But yeah, you know, we gotta do what we gotta do. Bring the news up to y'all of all the gaming tidbits and everything that's been going on in the past week. Hope y'all have been keeping well, keeping swell. And yeah, since, you know, before we get into it, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for our day ones and our newbies. Let us know if you enjoy the show, you know. And yeah, before we get started, any admin or announcements from anyone?
Just one. And that is, people can go and check out our discussion about Nintendo greed and where it's at. We had a whole 1 hour discussion talking about the Switch 2 reveal and the state of things, how there's division between people. People should go give that a listen, interesting listen, and people should also drop how they're feeling about the whole Nintendo situation.
Hell yeah, thanks, man. Coach Easy, got anything from you, bro?
Nah.
I bet. Yeah, definitely go check out the Nintendo chat, guys. Y'all already know how I feel about Nintendo and their money grabbing schemes, bro. It's not even a pyramid at this point. My God. All right. Well, no announcements from my side, to be honest. Yeah, let's just get started and get right into it. Starting with the gaming news. What's been happening, Max?
So, really not much from my side. Just the ongoing saga with Nintendo continues, where the fallout continues. As we discussed in our discussion and predicted, firstly, more information is coming out to light regarding different things like how exactly the whole downloadable content's going to work, how exactly legacy games are going to work, how exactly certain prices are going to work, all of that stuff. And the second thing is the whole Nintendo apologists, where there are people coming in saying, no, but you see, this is the reason why, or no, but you see, it's not exactly as it seems, a la-di-da. And basically, we were, at the time of recording, we were speculating that the prices must be tariffs and whatnot, but Nintendo claim that it wasn't tariffs, that they were planning in advance and all of that stuff. And at the current moment, we've seen that the tariffs might have been market manipulation by Trump. It was never really a thing of making deals. So Nintendo delayed, pre-orders in America, pre-orders in Canada, and indefinitely delayed pre-orders in China. Just watching how this whole tariff thing plays out, with Trump putting it on a hold. Again, potential market manipulation, but we don't know. We're gamers. We don't talk about that type of stuff. We don't worry about that type of stuff. But yeah, that's really all I have to say. That the Nintendo saga continues with how people are feeling on that situation.
See, can't trust them, man. God damn it. That's weird. Thanks, man. Kojo, anything from your side, bro?
A couple.
Oh, damn. Okay, go for it.
So, first off, on the 10th of April, 2025, we had the III Initiative Showcase take place. It is basically a presentation that just dives deep into games that are coming up, you know, indie games, not indie games, just a bunch of games that are coming up. A few world premieres, some announcements of release dates, and a bunch of new information on games that have been announced already. So I urge people to go and read up on it or watch the showcase. It was just games. There was no presentation, no presenter, nothing. It was just trailer after trailer after trailer, which I thought was pretty cool. No filler, no nothing. So it was just around 30 to 40 minutes of games. And yeah, that's it for that one. And my next and last bit of news is the BAFTA Game Awards took place. For those of you who still follow Game Awards and BAFTA, the BAFTA Game Awards took place on the 8th of April 2025. And yeah, it was just a celebration of games that came out in the past year. Guess which game took home the most awards, Maxwell?
Balatro.
Balatro, okay. Tommy?
I don't even know what games are played at this. Okay. Putting me on the spot. What game's famous nowadays?
It's games from last year, dude.
Yeah, but like, what was famous last year? Because I want to say Call of Duty was stupid. Black Myth Wukong? I don't know.
Okay, both good guesses, but no. The game that took home 5 awards, which was the most, was Astrobot.
Oh, stupid game again. Right? Sorry. It's not stupid. I'm sure people love it.
Yeah, no. So Astrobot took home 5 awards in categories like Best Game Design and Best Game, and also Best Family Game, and awards like that. The next biggest winner was a game called Still Wakes the Deep, which is an original IP. It's like a 3 to 4 hour game. I watched the playthrough of it. The story is actually pretty deep, but it's sort of like a horror thriller type of game. Took home 3 awards. And then the next one after that was, I believe, Helldivers 2. And the game, guess which game was actually nominated for the most awards? Tell me this time first.
Okay. I forgot Helldivers 2 was even. Okay. I'm going to say Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter came out this year, Tom.
When there was the one lost. Okay. I don't know. You go, Max.
I don't know, Balatro.
No. It wasn't Balatro. It was Senua's Saga Hellblade 2.
Damn.
So that game was nominated for, I don't know how many, I can't remember how many, but it had the most nominations. Guess how many awards it actually won, Tommy?
16.
Okay, Maxwell.
1-0.
Okay, Maxwell was the closest. It won 1. Which was technical achievement. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. Congratulations to all the winners. And if you want to go read the full list, I'm not going to go through the whole list. I mean, we'll be here for a while. So the full list of award winners and nominees, they're all available on the internet. And yeah, that's it for my news, guys.
Oh, wait. All right. For me, I only have, 2 things. So you guys remember Schedule 1? Game where you get to be a drug dealer. Possibly the most favorite game I've ever played this year.
Is it about the lawsuit?
Yes. Why? Were you going to mention it?
No, I completely forgot. So I'm glad you're bringing it up.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So they're under investigation for alleged copyright infringement, which is dumb, but let's get into it. So, yeah, like I mentioned, you guys can be a drug dealer inside of this game. And yeah, I mean, for the past 2 weeks since its early release, this simulation game, let's call it that, has been gaining a lot of players playing the game, which is great. But yeah, now there's some leaks from inside gaming that they're under the whole copyright infringement, and so I don't know how to put this in a brief way, but anyways, April 3rd, right, of 2025, of course, the publisher demanded Schedule 1 to be investigated, while the publisher of Games SA, because they have their own series of simulation games of dealing, say it like that. So yeah, so they said Schedule 1 to be investigated under a document titled Movie Games SA 1725, decision to commence investigation against the creators of Schedule 1 production for claims regarding the infringement of the issuer's IP and related to committing an act of unfair competition against it. Which is, it kind of sounds like the whole Drake and Kendrick Lamar thing of Not Like Us, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, there's potential infringement of the issuer's intellectual property rights and activities that may bear characteristics of unfair competition, which have been identified. So remember, y'all, how I spoke about when Schedule 1 came out, that a lot of people even commenting about how this game is going to make AAA games scared, right? Because of how easy it is to play. It doesn't even require such a hectic tutorial. Matter of fact, I don't even recall playing a tutorial, because when I was playing the demo, it's not like, you know, like when you like get into a game for the first time and it forces you to play the tutorial before you can even move on to other parts of the game. This was different because the demo didn't even feel like a tutorial. It just felt like you were playing the game, which is great. A lot of stuff that AAA games could honestly learn from Schedule 1, to be honest, and the graphics don't even have to be that intense. But so anyways, they did also mention that like elements of the game's plot mechanics, as well as like the UI interface, you know, was borrowed from other IPs of D-Link type of games. So yeah, anyways, the Schedule 1 creators have yet to respond as of the recording of this podcast. So we'll see how they are, how they're going to respond with regards to this. Honestly, if I was them, I'd just like keep it hush. My game's making money, it's making millions. It's not directly stealing IP, I don't think. I've played a few of these games myself. Hell, there's even one game called, you know, Drug Dealer Simulator, that I've jammed, and I would say that's possibly the number one simulation thing that I can possibly relate Schedule 1 to. But yeah, that one has story modes which are just boring and blah. You know, this one's just far better. Anyways, so as you guys know, Verdansk has now obviously returned to Call of Duty Warzone, and a lot of people saying this is it. You know, Call of Duty has been saved. It's coming back. It's going to be a big hit. Now, in them coming back, they had a lot of crossover skins that they had, you know, during the whole Black Cell Battle Pass and everything else, and all these different collaborations that they're making. But now they reports that they're going to dial back just a tad on crossover skins in fears of looking stupid. Now, this is hilarious. So yeah, for many years, you know, Call of Duty's aesthetic was always to be like gritty and realistic. But I mean, ever since Warzone came, they tried to compete with like the likes of Fortnite, PUBG, you know, other battle royales where there's character customization, skins, and the like. So recently, their most recent crossovers with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the Terminator. Now, obviously, some people will always welcome these crazy cosmetics that, you know, pull through, but others just miss the old school, realistic looking Call of Duty. You know, you want to get into a game, to like a war zone, and fight other soldiers and all that type of stuff, you know? You don't want to end up fighting a turtle, Teenage Mutant Turtle, dog, some other type of shit like in Fortnite. Imagine coming up across a Sabrina Carpenter or something. It's weird. So yeah, they're going to start showing more restraints with these skins, so we'll see how that's going to go. Honestly, there's stupider skins on PUBG, bro. To be honest, you can get dumber skins on PUBG. So I don't know why these people are whining. But anyways, that's my gaming news. Moving on to the gaming corner. Kojo, any releases, bro?
Yes, but before I move on to that, you mentioned Drug Dealer Simulator.
Yes.
That is what is causing this whole investigation.
100%. I truly believe, because I mean, it's the only other thing I can think of. Look, I know Empire.
It actually is. It's published by the movie games, whatever. So that's the game that's causing all of this.
Ah, bet. Okay, I had a fucking feeling. Nice. Wait.
That's literally the game that's causing all of this. So I just wanted to point that out.
Such haters, bro. Like, they must play Empire, and then Empire must sue these oaks as well, if everyone wants to jump on the wagon. By the way, onto the gaming corner. So what's come out, bro?
So let's start off with South of Midnight, which was released on PC, Xbox Series. It is an action-adventure game released on April the 8th, 2025. Maxwell was interested in this game. He was going to speak about it last week, but it didn't release then. It's released now. So I'm sure he's kept an eye on the game and its score. So I'm going to ask Tommy first. Tommy, what do you think its Metacritic score is?
I'm gonna say 79.
79, Maxwell?
When it released, rates it was 80 or 81. I don't know if it's fallen down from that marks. So I'm gonna go with 80 as a cushion.
Okay. I believe if my math serves me correctly, Tommy is the closest. It's currently sitting at a 77.
Hey,
So, yeah. Yep. Then we have a game called Ixion. It's a city builder manager game. PS5, Xbox Series. April 8th, 2025. Currently sitting at a 72 on Metacritic. Then we have Commandos Origins. It's a real-time tactics game. April 9th, 2025. PC, PS5, Xbox Series. Currently sitting at a 77 on Metacritic. Next, we have Star Overdrive, Nintendo Switch game, open world action adventure, April 10th, 2025, currently sitting at a 66 on Metacritic. Then we have Promised Mascots Agency, PC, PS5, PS4, Xbox Series, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch. Adventure RPG game, April 10th, 2025, currently sitting at a 79 on Metacritic. And then we have Monster Energy Supercross 25, PC, PS5, Xbox Series. It's a racing game released on April 10th, 2025, currently sitting at a 73 on Metacritic. And then next, and finally, we have a game that I literally had no idea existed until I woke up today and I saw the reviews of this game and, I saw the trailers and everything. It is called Blueprints. It's a puzzle adventure game. It released on PC, PS5, Xbox Series, April 10th. And the reason why I'm sure it popped up is because it was an article that I saw that is like, it is currently the highest rated game so far, which I was like, really? Because Split Second was a 91. So what is this game? Well, this game is currently sitting at a 92. So yeah, I'm gonna be keeping my eye on this one. It came out already, April 10th and 2025. And yeah, it looks very interesting. It's like a puzzle, or not like it is a puzzle game, but it's very interesting the way the mechanics work. So hopefully when it goes on sale, I will grab it eventually, maybe later on in the year. But yeah, that's it for the releases of the week. Quite a few of them this week for once. And the gaming corner. What about you guys?
I know of nothing that came out. Max?
Just one thing.
Ooh.
Naughty Dog recently announced another Last of Us addition to the Last of Us family. If Last of Us wasn't enough, Last of Us 2 wasn't enough, Last of Us Part 1 remaster wasn't enough, and I'm pretty sure there's a fourth Last of Us version. They've announced The Last of Us Complete Edition, Collector's Edition, which is The Last of Us Part 1 and The Last of Us Part 2 for the PS5, all in one game, and you get a steel book for the collector's edition, and guess how much it will be retailing for?
In dollars? $130.
Good guess. A little too high.
$69.90.
Nigga, what?
No, that is way too low. Collector's edition.
Wait, when you say collector's edition, wait, hold on. You're throwing me off here.
It's minimum 3 digits in dollars.
Yeah, I know. Wait, hold on. I know. When you say collector's, because yeah, I know. I get that. I know how much collector's editions cost, but you said complete edition first, and then you said collector's edition. So I was confused as to which one you're talking about.
It's The Last of Us Complete Edition, Collector's Edition.
You're telling me it's all one thing?
Yes.
You're telling me there's no base version and a collector's edition?
There might be other versions, but Naughty Dog on their account haven't mentioned any other version, and other people online haven't spoken about any other version except the Collector's Edition.
Oh, okay then. Then I'm just gonna guess $99.99.
No, it was $110, specifically $109.99.
Damn.
And I'm just like, I've complained about this before, and it just reinforces the fact of that's so Naughty Dog just pumps out the same thing. Last of Us, Last of Us, Last of Us, Last of Us. Like they've got nothing else, yet people want to be excited for their next game. Whereas like, bro, I don't feel like Naughty Dog's backlog is large enough for people to be unfiltered excited for a new game. Like, yes, don't get me wrong, you can be, and I touched upon this in the Nintendo discussion of you can be excited for a new game. There's nothing wrong with that. But the way people are excited, they're like, the next game is going to be a certified banger, where it's like you have nothing to tell you it's going to be a certified banger. Let's let it release and then let's see from there. We don't even have gameplay video of this thing. We don't even know how it's going to play. We just have a CGI trailer and people are already saying it's going to be a masterpiece. Like, nah, stop it. But yeah, another Last of Us to add to your Last of Us collection. That's what I was thinking. There was Last of Us, the PC version. Yeah, this is going to be PS5 only. And it'll be going for $110. If people are probably stupid enough to order it, they should go ahead and order it. But that's about it.
Alright, so wait.
When Maxwell said that, there's a complete edition, collector's edition, just a collector's edition, I was like, ain't no way they're just gonna release a collector's edition without having
I didn't say there's just a collector's edition. I said they only mentioned a collector's edition.
Okay. Well, there's actually another version. It's the digital version, which is part 1 and part 2. So it's not just, it's not like people are, if people want to play the games, it's not like they're forced to get the collector's edition because that's the only edition. No, there's a digital edition as well. So,
who cares? This game is how many years old?
It's not a matter of who cares. I just wanted to say the right thing.
I'm just sick and tired of Sony and sick and tired of Naughty Dog.
Well, you're not. It looks like you're. Well, anyway, they're gonna keep doing what they're gonna keep doing. So stop yelling at clouds.
Money.
No, like it doesn't make sense to me of the way Naughty Dog gets away with this bullshit. Because literally no other PlayStation studio IP does the same thing. You're not seeing Insomniac releasing 10 different versions of the same game. You're not seeing Sucker Punch releasing 10 different versions of the same game. Whatever Sony studio is highly regarded. I can't even think of one right now. But Naughty Dog is the only one whose catalog of games is so small, and yet they're releasing the same fucking thing every fucking time. Like, fuck Naughty Dog. I used to like that company.
I always thought like fucking the people who made Horizon Zero Dawn would be on this whole tip, but hey, look at that. Alright, which brings us to bro. I know. Which brings us to the halfway point. And if you guys are liking this so far, please do leave a like and subscribe. And moving on to the content creator side. I only have one thing now. Okay, two things actually. The first is, I don't know if y'all have been keeping up, but Raikai and I don't know if it's Raikai or Rakai, my nigga, honestly. Rakai and Lil Tay, that whole, I don't know what's going on. So anyways, to promote a new song. Now I know a lot of people are going to be like, no, it wasn't to promote a new song. This is just a collab that's like has been needed because you know how Kai Cenat is, he'll collab with anyone. Nah, show me. The timing of it was just weird. Lil Tay, right? Y'all remember Lil Tay? If you don't know her, shame on you, bro. Honestly. But anyways, yeah. So Lil Tay is back in the news, back in the sphere of content creator people and influencers. Anyways, to promote a new song, she's been joining Kai Cenat as well as Rakai on their live streams and pretty much trying to build her own live stream up. Now, she only used to make YouTube videos back in the day, wasn't really much of a streamer, but now that she is, I mean, who better than to collab with in terms of streaming, other than Kai Cenat of all people. So the funniest clip that I think I can recall was when she started debuting, or not debuting, but like showing a bit of her songs to the both of them, and the way they just froze because they're like, her music's not that bad, but it's bad. It's exactly what you'd expect an influencer who's trying to still be relevant would make. And then they obviously try to instigate or create fake beef between Lil Tay and Rakai, to a point that every single escalation she would put out like a social post either on X or on Instagram, saying, oh, these guys are disrespecting my music, oh, come watch my reaction to their disrespect, this and this and this, like pushing every single little part of it into content. So it's very easy to see what she's trying to do, don't fall for it. And then the other thing, now he's not the typical type of content creator would ever talk about. The thing is, he was on a content creator platform, which we talk about, and that is Twitch. And that person is Kanye West. Kanye crashed out on a Twitch stream and ends interview in just a few minutes. So he had enough after viewers started complaining about the camera quality of his stream. During the guest appearance of a stream of Digital Naz's stream, right? Yeah. And then took matters into his own hands. Now, I don't even need to explain who Kanye West is. You already know the boy. But anyways, on April 8th, he collaborated with singer/songwriter and record producer Digital Naz on their Twitch stream, right? Together with it was a stream, but of an interview, live streamed interview. Yeah, easiest way I can say it. Anyways, so then like a lot of people are coming through with complaints in the chat saying, the camera quality was bad because it was being shot off of a MacBook. And then Naz was just like, look, we ain't doing the professional setup, we're just doing this real raw. We're going off a MacBook, so bear with us. The quality, we understand that's what y'all are talking about. And people in the chat just somehow seem to have pissed Kanye West off. Kanye then blasting off saying, okay, you don't like the quality then, how about this quality? And then he just stands up and turns the stream off. It's weird. How you get so touched from that, bro? And the thing is, people will always joke and troll in the chat, bro. I don't think Kanye is the type of person to be on a live stream. Matter of fact, they should not even have let him see the chat. Interview him the same way you would any other celeb or whatever, and just leave it be. Because, this guy, dude, I don't know. But now, anyways, a lot of people are just like, oh, now look what you guys have done. Someone in the chat. And then another was just like, dude, motherfuckers just had to complain about the quality. All that money and Kanye streaming in 480p. Oh, man, that's hilarious. But yeah, definitely go check that out on Digital Naz. Has nothing to do with actual Naz, the fucking rapper. But go check it out and enjoy. And that's pretty much all I have on content creator side. Kojeezy, you got anything?
One. So I'm not sure. Do any of you guys know a content creator by the name of Vitaly?
Yeah.
Maxwell?
Bro, who doesn't?
Hey man, no offense, but sometimes you don't know who some obvious people are, so I have to ask.
Like who? These are like people who've been around for 10, 20 years. If you're telling me somebody who's been around for 1 or 2 years, I'm not gonna know who some random nigga who popped up a year or two ago.
So Vitaly, let's just give a brief background. So Vitaly, for those who don't know him, he was pretty big on YouTube. He had, he was doing these prank videos, blah, blah, blah. And then his career just went downhill. Due to a number of reasons, I'm not going to get into all of them, And then he went quiet for a while. And then when Kick became a big thing, he started streaming on Kick. And his content was pretty much just, finding quote unquote child predators and then shaming them, and then that kind of content that other people are doing now. That is, he was literally just doing that. So he went to the Philippines this past week, and he's been acting a fool there, and he was arrested, and he was brought out in front of the press in this press conference, whatever. He was perp walked in front of everybody, handcuffed, and he is being held by the Department of the Interior and local government. And the Interior Secretary, John Vic Remula, he announced that there will be cases filed against Vitaly for the type of content he's engaged in. Now, you guys are probably wondering, what did Vitaly do? Well, this is just a few things that he did. So, he threatened to rob an old woman. He attempted to kiss and grab a security guard. He stole a security guard's hat and ran away. He tried to seize the security guard's firearm. And he got on a police bike and tried to drive away on it. I think he made it a few meters and then he stopped, or they caught him or whatever. And that's just a few of the things that he did. And so, yeah, he might be facing some real jail time. And a lot of people are like, finally, someone is facing consequences for their actions. And people have commented like, look, of all the places to go and do that in, the Philippines is not one of them. So they're not taking kindly to this. And yeah. Oh yeah, and he was banned off Kick. So I don't know if this is a permaban or a temporary ban, but he was actually a very big creator on Kick and for Kick. So for them to ban him, a lot of people are like, for Kick to ban you, you must have really messed up.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah. So we just have to, I'll just keep my eye on this case because, influencers acting like fools in other countries is kind of like a thing now. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. But that's it for my content creator news.
Oh wait, Max, anything from your side?
Nope.
That being said, I don't have anything for eSports. Koji, you got something?
Just one.
Okay. Wait, what is it?
So Red Bull Kumite is a esports event, and it's a fighting esports event, and it took place in Paris on April the 6th, and this year's situation 2025, and it is the fighting game that it focuses on is Street Fighter 6, and 8 of the world's best Street Fighter 6 players converged in Paris to fight it out for a total prize pool of to win the majority of 55,000 euros and a trophy. And the winner is a fighter called Big Bird, or Adel Anoush, his real name, from the UAE. And that was an interesting event. And yeah, it had high viewership. A lot of people were watching it and excited. So in first place, as I just said, was Big Bird. Second place was Endin Walker, and third place was Mena RD. So congratulations to them. And yeah, that's it for my esports news.
Oh wait, Max, any electrical sport? Yeah, I don't even know if the E is for electrical. But any esports from you?
And what is the E in esports?
Oh, I don't know.
Electronic.
Is it though?
Oh, okay.
Because I was thinking electronic as well, but I'm like, is it?
Google it. Why else would you add E to sport?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Entertainment.
Ethereal? I don't know.
Sport itself is entertainment. There's no need to add entertainment. That's redundant.
Is it though? Is it really?
Some people still call it an ATM machine.
Thank you, Tom.
Anything from you, Max?
Nope.
Okay. Well, that brings us to the end of it. So, yeah, peeps. I know y'all have been asking. Look, we've got short weekends coming through. You know what I'm saying? Easter's on its way. That's when the streams will be taking place. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to have a lot of days off. So it's finally happening. Your boy's going to be playing some Schedule 1. We're going to be jamming Formula 1. We're going to be jamming all the games with 1 in it. Nah, I'm kidding. Third game, I'm not entirely sure we're going to play because in case you guys don't already know, but the Sabrina Carpenter skin is out in Fortnite. Now I'm not going to have time or any possibility to grind enough V-Bucks to get that fucking thing. So I'm going to miss out. Some hella FOMO. All that bed chem and espresso. Goddamn. But, we move. So yeah, finally the days are coming. So next week, starting on the 18th of April, we'll begin celebration streams. Gonna have some fun, gonna be chilled with it, not gonna take it too seriously. And yeah, man, that's pretty much all I can say about that. That is the end of the episode then. We hope you guys have enjoyed it. Once again, if you haven't already, please leave a like and subscribe. And we'll catch you in the next episode. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks to Max, thanks to Koji's. And yeah, guys, stay good. You know what I'm saying? Like, global warming, man. Shit. Shout out to Greta Thunberg. Stay good, stay healthy, and good luck getting any graphics cards now that some of the countries have had their tariffs paused. You know, so go use this opportunity now, unless you live in China. All right, peace out.